Throughout my powerlifting career, bench press has always been my weakest lift. At one point, I actually plateaued for a little over 2 years. However, in the last 12 months or so, I've made substantial progress on my bench press, and one of the things that I've changed about the way that I approach the bench press is something that I think a lot of people might not consider, and that's self-talk. Self-talk is defined as the act or practice of talking to oneself either aloud or silently and mentally.
I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody. Once again!
Most people are aware of the voice in their head that they use to talk to and relate to themselves. This voice can be positive or negative or even somewhat neutral. This voice and these conversations are called self-talk. This voice will often align itself with our unconscious, drawing on and reinforcing our beliefs. These conversations and the beliefs that go along with them can be very helpful when positive, but can be potentially harmful when negative. Luckily for us, however, these voices and conversations can be challenged, halted, and even reversed. So picture this, you're setting up for a big lift, maybe even a PR attempt, and you lay down on the bench, you grab hold of the bar, and this little voice in the back of your head says, "You can't do this," or "You're not strong enough," or "You're a shitty bench presser." This is the way I used to talk to myself, sometimes without even knowing it. So what do? Number 1, set yourself up for success. Give yourself a positive self-talk boost. Think about how good you are at the chosen task. Tell yourself you're good at it, and then work on believing it. The idea here is to tell yourself you kick ass and you are a great bench presser, and then go in and nail your workout. If this continues, it creates what's called a positive feedback loop. You say you're a good bench presser, and then you bench well, so you start believing you're a good bench presser, and then you bench even better. So the important thing here is that the self-talk needs to be paired with ideal conditions in the gym. You need to train smart. You need to use manageable loads, repeatable technique, etc. You can't just tell yourself you're awesome, go in and train like a ding-dong, and expect your self-talk to take care of the rest.
There you go, boys. See how Papa takes care of you?
Number 2, focus on what to do instead of what not to do. For example, let's say you lose position or you get loose in the bottom of your squat. Instead of thinking about don't get loose, think about stay tight. Think about the correct change as opposed to not committing the fault. If I were to tell you not to think of a pink elephant, studies would say that within the next few minutes at the very most, you would be thinking of a pink elephant. In the late 90s, there were a number of studies conducted on what they called ironic processes in sport. And these found that an athlete trying not to perform a certain action will often cause exactly that to occur.
You will not make this putt, you jackass!
Finally, the 2 biggest ways we're going to be able to impact our self-talk are going to be thought stopping and changing negative self-talk into positive self-talk. First, thought stopping. This technique relies on a cue of some kind to cause you to briefly notice and concentrate on negative self-talk in order to stop it before it affects your performance. To practice this, the next time you recognize negative self-talk, create yourself a cue, either verbal or physical. You can say, snap out of it, you can shake your head, you can snap your fingers. I know some people even keep an elastic band or hair tie around their wrist to snap. Along with this, there's an opportunity to realize if a certain activity or aspect of an activity causes a lot of negative self-talk. This can be a place to put more intent or focus on when it comes to your performance. Changing negative self-talk into positive self-talk. Do your best to identify situations and times when you use negative self-talk. Then create a space in your training log where you'll write down these negative thoughts, capture each of these sayings, and then come up with a counter to that argument. For example, if you think, "I hate doing deadlifts, they're so awkward and uncomfortable," this can be changed to, "I'm learning a lot about deadlifting and I'm making improvements, I need to keep at it." A 1994 study found that negative self-talk actually decreased performance in tennis players, while a 2017 study actually found that kickboxers training the half squat and bench press improved more than the control group when using positive self-talk. It's important to note that thought stopping and countering your negative self-talk can be very distracting in a competition setting, so it's best if we practice these and master them in the gym before we try to use them on the platform. Lastly, be aware of how others can negatively influence your self-talk. A lot of well-meaning people over the years have told me, "It's okay that your bench isn't that good. Your arms are so long, you're just built for deadlifting." For example, 2016 Classic Worlds in Killeen, Texas, one of the commentators on the live stream dismissed me based on my bench press.
Sure.
Yeah, without any disrespect, I mean, 175 and the 105s at the Worlds, just a little bit off the pace, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to put 20 kilos on that, and then if you bring good lower body strength to the table, suddenly you're a serious player.
Now, despite the fact that I went on to win a silver medal overall at that Worlds, hearing that back on the live stream when I watched it really didn't do me any favors in terms of my belief in my abilities. Another example could be your friend, family member, or even yourself coddling you based on your genetics. It's okay, we're just not an athletic family. Or, I don't come from the right background. Don't accept that shit. You're an individual who makes your own way. For myself, I may never go on to bench press a world record, but I can certainly make progress, I can certainly train hard, and honestly, making progress and training hard is really what it's all about. That should provide you with a solid idea on how to begin taking control of your self-talk, as well as provide you a roadmap on how to make some mental improvements that can help push you through plateaus, as well as enhance your training and performance. I think it's important to take a second here and note that the concepts and ideas we discussed in this video relate to much more than just the gym. You can use self-talk and a lot of these takeaways in your relationships, in your career, and in all aspects of life. I also wanted to try something here. If anybody has something specifically that they struggle with when it comes to their mental game and powerlifting, leave it in the comments below and let us know what we can talk about to help you guys out. If you liked the video, leave a like on the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content just like this, and we'll see you guys in the next one.